Talks. I am your host, Dimpho Mogale. Welcome to Book Talks, the show that talks about health, education, entrepreneurship, and so much more. Today on the show, we have an interesting guest who's going to teach us about fashion. Lately, the conversation is about it's either you're born with style or you're either taught. So we're going to be delving into that a bit more with our guest, Ndina. Let's welcome Ndina. How are you, Ndina?
I'm okay, thank you.
How are you today? Are you feeling good? You're obviously beautiful.
Thank you. You don't look too bad yourself.
Thank you very much. Ndina, now jumping into our first question. Who is Ndina and where do you hail from?
Okay, Ndina is a Limpopo girl, Venda girl, all the way from Hamurima.
Yeah.
And she's just a fashion girl.
So how did your entrepreneurship journey start into fashion?
Okay. I hated looking like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So when I actually started, I was just doing for myself.
True.
And whenever I go places, people will be like, oh, I like what you're wearing. Where did you get it? I'm like, I made it myself. They're like, how much are you going to charge me to make it? I'm like, ooh, so I can make money while I do this. So I was like, okay. And I'm like, then I will charge. And then they're like, oh, okay. Can you make one for me? And I'm like, oh, okay. So the price is also not bad. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Then, that's how I actually started.
Okay. So where did you study in terms of fashion design?
The University of YouTube. So it was actually the talent that I was born with. Mm-hmm. So, but I actually just saw videos on YouTube. Then I'm thinking, I think I can do this.
Okay.
Then I started doing them. And then 2 years back, then I decided, you know what, why not go polish my skill? Mm-hmm. Then I went to school to study clothing production.
Clothing production. For someone who does not understand what that means, please explain.
So clothing production is like fashion design. It's offered at a college instead of a university. So they actually do almost everything that you do at the university. Is just with college you get more practicals. So you do more practicals. So it's more of you do your fashion design drawing, you do your pattern construction, you do your sewing, and you do entrepreneurship as well.
Right. All right. So what is your company called and when was it founded?
Okay. My company is actually called SPF Fashion Trends, but we're actually trading as Shavhi.
Okay.
So it was actually, I actually registered it 2012, but I just didn't want anything to do with the business at that time. I just wanted to go work for somebody else because being a business person, I saw because I grew up in a family where business people are there. So it was more of, it's not easy running a business because now you depend on yourself to actually make sure you've got a salary, bills are paid. So I was not comfortable as yet. So I wanted to comfort. So I wanted to work for somebody else where I know I'm not held accountable for anything.
So is that the only thing that made you afraid as to not being able to be held accountable?
Not only that, and also I was afraid of success. It's one of those things where you wonder if, because you see most people change, the more they make it, the more they become somebody else. So, and this is my prayer that I always pray for, God, help me be grounded.
True.
Or even when I grow, keep me grounded, make me humble. So it was just one of those things where I'm afraid, or you know what, I know right now I'm a nice person, but will I remain being a nice person even when I've got money, even when I'm making it in the world? So it was just one of those things that it terrified me. What if I change? What if I become somebody that people are just not going to relate to?
Yeah. So in terms of your business, you focus on urban African style. Why is that, and what makes you different?
Okay, so for me, I feel, or you know what, there's this thing that people have put, it's like a norm, or African print must be worn to a wedding, it must be worn to a party.
Ish.
And for me, I just feel like I want to bring that into the corporate world, to your everyday way. So I want, well, you know what, let's put print in your suit. Let's put print in your, on your skirt. So it doesn't have to be too much. We can just do a touch of it with your ultra urban clothing. So I feel like I want to introduce African print into the corporate world, into your everyday way. And
with that being said, are you looking to go into corporate partnerships?
So far, not yet. So far, I just feel, you know what, let me just, in the future. But for now, I just want to crawl first before I start working. So I don't want to bite too much more than what I can chew. So for me now, it's just more of, that's why I'm on Zando. So that at least when people start to get to know me and my brand, then we can grow from there. Then we can do partnership with other companies and all those things.
So being online, right? Going beyond online. So do you manufacture this clothing yourself, or are you buying from other countries outside of South Africa, or how does it work?
Proudly South African, baby. Proudly South African. So me and my team, we actually make all the clothes that you see on our online platforms and as well as on Zando. So we actually make them ourselves. So so everything is made here in South Africa, and we're proud of it.
And what do you think is most important, or for our viewers to remember in building their own unique fashion style?
Be yourself and also know your market. So it's pointless when you are producing things that people are just not going to relate to. So know your target market. That's number one. And the sooner you know your target market, you will know what they need, what they want. So even when you're producing your clothing, you know who you're producing the clothing for. So it's pointless saying, this thing of saying, everybody is my target audience. It doesn't really work. So you need to have your specific target market that you actually target. Then everybody else, like, you're not limited to just that target market, but have that target market. That way, those people will help you grow your business.
True. With that being said, in terms of target marketing, right, do you have exclusive pieces only? Because I've done my research and have realized that you do custom wear. So is it only exclusive pieces, or do you produce for the masses?
Okay, so with all my clothes, even on Zando, and I think that's the other reason why I'm still thinking and struggling to go with your hoodies and your other thing, because I want my clothes to be exclusive.
Like boutique style.
We can say boutique style, sort of. So I still want just a certain number of people to wear my clothes. I don't want, when you look left, somebody else is wearing it. So I still want people to still feel that exclusivity, this is mine. I own this.
And mine alone.
It's mine. And maybe 19 other people out there, but it's hardly rare, I'm going to find somebody else wearing like me when I enter into a meeting. So I still want to give people that exclusivity. So, so they're exclusive, but not limited. But for now, we're keeping it exclusive.
All right. So in terms of a fashion consultation, so when I come to your business, what is the protocol in terms of a fashion consultation?
Okay, so mostly what most of our clients do, they will WhatsApp us, and then let's just say maybe they've got a design that they have in mind.
True.
And then we'll talk on WhatsApp with regards to the designs, and then they need to pay. If we concluded on the design, they need to pay a deposit. Then when they pay the deposit, then they come to us, then we take their measurements, then we finalize everything with regards to fabrics and all those things. And then if they're not sure about the kind of designs and they still want to take measurements, they pay a fee for us to just, a consultation fee for us to just sit down with them and talk about the designs and take their measurements.
So for example, nowadays fashion is very relevant, right? But I send you a picture, right? And now that I've sent you a picture, you meet me as the client and you're like, the dress, the person, it does not mix. So how do you deal with that as a fashion designer?
You advise without hating another person. So it's more of, I give you suggestions, okay? I see the dress, and then I ask you, what do you like about the dress? That's number one. Then you're going to pinpoint what you liked about the dress. Then I will take what you like, and then I'm like, okay, how about we put it on this dress instead of just doing it exactly the way it is here? Then we make it your own. That way so you just try to tell them, or you know what, we're making you look
unique.
So now you're not going to look like somebody else. Now you're not stealing anybody's design. And then, so that's how I approach it actually. Or you know what, let's give you your own look instead of you looking like somebody else.
True. So now that we have learned that you make custom designs, your suits for men, and you design also for women, but no, for someone sitting at home, I can't afford it. So do you rent out your dresses and suits, or how does that protocol work?
Yes, so I actually introduced that because I got a few clients who, they were not comfortable with paying so much money for a dress that they're just going to wear once. So now we actually have you hire. So you can hire a dress for the occasion that you want to do. And also we can create for you to hire, which is just a bit higher on price. So we create your own look, you hire it, then you bring it back. So you don't pay as if you're buying it, but you just pay for hiring it. And then we also have the revamp, where, I mean, so many people, they've got those dresses that they love, but they're just keeping them in the wardrobe, but they're out of style and all those things. So they bring them to us, then we revamp it, make it new for them,
Something blue and something borrowed.
Exactly.
Yes. So now that you have spoken into like a revamp, so do we saying recycling, or how does that work? Are you able to recycle as a company? Can someone at home watching be like, okay, I have certain clothes in my closet and I don't want them and I would like to recycle them. Can they come to a company and give it away?
Yes, it's recycle. It's just we just don't like calling it recycle. That's why we call it revamp.
Okay.
Because it just sounds much stylish than recycling. Yeah. So it's more for if you've got anything, and we can revamp it.
All right. So thank you for reminding us that recycling is important and listening carbon footprint into fast fashion also as well. Thank you for reminding us about that. So in terms of your successes and challenges, what are your most top 3 challenges as a fashion designer?
Okay. Jesus. I was not expecting that one. Okay, but the biggest challenge will be human resource. And actually, it's finance. And all those things, they fall under finance. Because human resource, you need to be able to pay them. So you can't have as much people as you would want to have because you can't afford to pay them. Infrastructure, you can't move to a building that you want or a space that you want because you can't afford it. So as a small business, finance is just the biggest challenge that we have because most things that we need, they need money. So it's just more of handling it because with networking these days it's easy. Where we can network anyway. At an event, you know. So it's no longer as challenging it used to be at the beginning. But for me personally, I feel like finance is just the biggest challenge.
The main bottom line. And your successes that you've had?
I've got a few. I won Women in Business Awards.
Okay.
last year in creative industry. I got my clothes on Zando, which was not easy, but we're there. And I managed to employ 5 people. So as much as it's a small business, we're doing something.
You're doing something.
Yeah, we're doing something.
And that speaks a lot. So in terms of employment, now that you've said you've hired 5 people, do those 5 people include young fashion designers who are coming up?
Yeah. So so with our team of 5, 3 are actually, 2 interns, and then 2 are part-time. And then with the interns, they're actually fashion designers. So so they are like my assistant fashion designers. And then with the other 2, it's more of one is for digital marketing. So she deals with our social medias and all those things. And then the other one deals with the books. And then there's me.
Right. So in terms of employing young people, for someone sitting at home being like, I'm a young fashion designer and I want to go the traditional route, but they don't know how or are struggling, what is your advice to them?
Okay, so my advice would be knock at every door, hey? I believe, even if you knock at 10 doors, 1 door should open for you.
True.
So it's just more of a realizory, especially with young people. They tend to give up easily and they don't like rejection very well. So I always say, with every rejection, it's just making you more bolder and more confident, because if that said no and you still walk to another door and they still say no, then you are building yourself. You're becoming more confident to say, that no is not going to break me. So I'm going to another door. So I just feel they just need to be confident and not give up and try every door, because you don't know who's going to give you the opportunity or the chance.
Because how I look at my no is new opportunity. That's what no stands for. So
exactly.
Thank you for enlisting that. In terms of future references now, are you looking into going into collaborations in the future or partnerships? Any brands that you'd like to work with? There is
one. As much as it's beyond my reach for now, and I'm not going to mention it now. But there is one that I'm actually working towards. It's just a bit difficult because it's not what do you call this? It's not a local brand that I'm trying to, but I'm working on it. But trust me, I will have news for it. I will have news for it, because I'm not going to give up on it.
And you should come back when you've attracted
most definitely.
company.
Most definitely.
Right. So what is next for you? What is next for your fashion brand?
What's next? What's next now is launch the spring collection, summer collection, and take it international.
All right. Are we going to have like a launch? Are we going to have like a fashion show?
Not really a fashion show, but we are going to have a nice photo shoot that we'll do videos just to pop them out there.
All
and so because some of our winter collection items, they've already, now they're going to be going to the US. I've got a few clients that, that side. So I'm excited with,
We're obviously taking international.
So
speaking it into existence.
So I'm excited about that. So for me now it's just to grow also the international market, just to introduce what South Africa is all about. Because my collection, actually my spring collection, is based on Limpopo. So I want them to know the Limpopo through fashion. So we're doing your Tsonga, Venda, and Baby. So it's, so we're going all the way to Limpopo with this one.
And what are you hoping to showcase or to imprint when imprinting that Venda, that Pedi, that Tsonga imprint?
So with the items that we have, the the ones that we've done. So it's more of your dresses. So what we do, like what I was saying to you, it's more of introducing the print into the urban attires. So we're not going for your mingwenda, like proper venda mingwenda, but it's just more of putting your mingwenda print on a suit and say, you know what, hi, look at me, I'm here.
Yeah.
And then putting the pedi lines on a dress and say, hi, I'm here.
Yeah.
Or putting your tsonga jumpsuit with a bit of ebon fabric, and saying, "What? Hi, look at me. This is me."
Yeah.
So I'm actually excited about it. Hey, so we've got the designs, and I actually got funding for me to produce it. So, which is also another exciting thing. Yeah.
In terms of funding, is that government funding or from outside?
Okay, so this one is not a government funding. It's actually a private funding, but I do have other government funders that have funded me, and I've got others that we're busy processing. So the government is also helping a lot. So it's just how you know how we always say, well, government does not do this, government does not help. But if your papers are in order, if everything you're showing, and your financials as well, because they're very important, because as much as they're giving you the money, they need to know you're going to utilize the money very well.
True.
You need to actually have those kind of steps to show them, this is what I'm going to do. And also keep... have proof of what you've been doing, and so that at least they can trust you with the money that they're giving you.
Can you name one of the government funds that are funding you? Since you're a government institute.
No, that's fine. ECASI.
Okay.
ECASI Lab has already funded me. NYDA also as well. And the other one I'm not going to mention yet because it's not finalized yet. So, and with CEDA, it's actually more of, and I always tell people, you know what, as much as CEDA is a non-financial organization, most people don't want to approach it because they feel, you know what, it's just a waste of their time. But with the trainings that they give us, it actually helps you to know how to apply for those fundings. It actually helps you to know how to utilize the money when you get it. So it's more of take it as a learning stepping stone for you and your business. And as much as I'm on Zando now, it's because I was attending a training. And you know when you're attending a training and they say something about business, or how are you doing to grow your business? And then they're telling us, you know what, there's so many platforms that you can use to grow your businesses. And immediately after that training, I went home and then did my research with everything that I was being taught. Then I was like, oh, okay, let me knock at this door and see if they're going to open. So you see, so if I didn't go to those trainings, I might have never known about it, or it would have taken me even longer to even get there. So that's,
Oh, man. I really appreciate your enthusiasm coming in with style and fashion and sass. And thank you for your time and for your blessing. Lastly, I want to know how to stay connected. How do I find you? Where do we reach you? How do our viewers get a hold of you?
Okay, so if they go to Google and Google Shavhi, they should find us. They would actually find us on Zando as well as where we are as a business. And then for the social media, we actually use in Shavhi's Closet.
Okay.
So that's where they can find us on the social media, Shavhi's Closet, yes.
And then where are you located?
Pretoria Central.
Okay, Pretoria Central.
Yeah, I'm in the city, I'm in the center of everybody. So if you're in Pretoria North, you can still access at Pretoria East. You see, we're in the center of it. Pretoria West, we're in the center of it.
So again, thank you very much for blessing us with your style and your sass. And we are hoping nothing but blessings and growth for your business, and hopefully inspiring others out there with your story for today.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Lilo Nali Tukutlete Momo Hai Mo Book Talks. Yes, this is Shandu doing it for herself. She rose and she continued to rise. If you need any fashion tips or any style, contact her because she has left all the details with us here. And again, thank you for joining us today in our episode of fashion. Yes, keep those fashion fingers dialed, and yes, tune in on our next episode. Thank you. Peace.